And for a few minutes now, we want to focus on something big for C++ Builder. For over a year, we've been working on a new version of the Clang compiler. Not just an upgrade, but a reworking of the entire toolchain, the STL and linker and other parts of it too. And in 12.1, we are launching. This is massive news. It's ready and it's here and it is released in RAD Studio and C++ Builder 12.1. We've spoken about this a lot over the past year, as you can see on screen, and just over a month ago we gave a behind the build webinar, or a behind the scenes look, at what was coming in 12.1. So I'll go over this section faster because I recommend that you watch that video, the one in bold. It goes into lots of technical information and details. The new Clang toolchain targets Windows 64-bit, and it's installed in the IDE in parallel to the old Win64 toolchain, which means you can just add it as a new platform and double-click to toggle old and new. That should make upgrading very smooth. You can have both the old and new loaded in the IDE for your projects at the same time. The most notable part of this toolchain is the standards compliance and quality. So much C++ code works in this toolchain that did not before. It is an instant upgrade if you've ever had any issues with the STL or linker or anything else. There's some quick technical info. When doing this upgrade, we stepped back and looked at our approach. In the past, we often did things our own way, such as using the Linux or Unix object file format ELF on Windows. But the object file format everyone else uses on Windows is COFF. Now, there were good historical reasons going back to Kylix why we did that, but we asked ourselves, why do that today in 2024? And we asked the same questions about the rest of the toolchain with some goals in mind. To follow platform conventions. So if it's normal for Windows tools to use the PDB format for debug info, we should too, to be compatible. And PDB is also an example there because it lets you use other specialized debuggers if you want. It means it's easier to use wider tooling. It's compatible. Or another convention is that Windows comes with its own C runtime. So we're using that now. And we wanted to make good use of open source, high-quality components, so we're using the LLVM implementation of the standard template library, and we're using the same linker that's used to build Chrome. All of this with the C++ Builder extras added on, all the things that make C++ Builder great for user interfaces, components, visual design, the language extensions like properties, etc., everything's there. And with a huge focus on quality. We took our time for this. We're passing multiple external test suites for areas like the compiler or STL, plus our own test suites, of course, plus we generated an enormous number of new tests, which all pass. We took the time, and that was to make sure we shipped something really solid. And all our files are 64-bit exes. You can see we're taking a very modern approach. Why ship a 32-bit exe file in 2024? The IDE already requires 64-bit Windows to install anyway, and building our toolchain as 64-bit gives the compiler and linker lots more memory. In fact, we fixed an entire class of bugs just by using 64-bit binaries, because all that complicated C++ code that used lots of memory to compile or link just isn't an issue anymore. And that's also including when compiling inside the IDE. The IDE invokes the 64-bit binaries. And you can build VCL and FireMonkey apps and DLLs and static libraries and console apps, etc. as you would expect. Delphi components are currently statically linked in, but will follow up with dynamic package consumption soon. The linker is about 4 times faster, and we've never had a linker fast enough to copy the Delphi default to packages before, so that's great news. So I just want to give a quick demo here. In the IDE, it just shows up as another platform, and you can add it to an existing project, and just double-click to toggle between old and new. That really should help upgrading. And then, of course, you can build and run. This is a FireMonkey app. VCL works too, of course. Everything is there. You can debug. There are formatters or visualizers for STL types. Now, you might ask how or why this affects you in your own practice, why it's important to upgrade to the new toolchain. Well, a simple answer, because it's so much better. Remember how I said we questioned our approach to make different decisions, and we took the time to make sure we were shipping something that worked well. An example of that is 12.0. It wasn't ready then, so we did not try to do a crunch. We shipped a preview and we kept working for something solid for 12.1. Our goal has been that every area as C++ user-faced issues has work and is resolved with this toolchain. And that's right, our goal is every area that someone may have had problems should be revised, every area. If you struggled with iLink, well, iLink is no more. We have a much better linker now, just use the toolchain. If you had issues with STL types like variants, well, they're gone, use this toolchain. If you want to pull in third-party or open source code and you want to know it's going to be easy to compile, well, use this toolchain. If you ran into compiler ICDs, use this toolchain. If you want compatibility, like using another debugger, use this toolchain. If you want C++ code from anywhere, use this toolchain. If you want a modern compiler with new approaches and improvements, use this toolchain. If you want better performance, especially for linking, use this toolchain. Now, Clang is a new feature, and it's a big new feature, but it's a new feature aimed at quality, aimed at being substantially better in every way, and we've built it with an ethos of ensuring every decision is the right decision and the right approach in how we build it, and in terms of the impact that has for you. We are hugely excited by this. It's the most solid and robust work we've ever done on C++. It's the foundation for the future, and it's here for you now. Try it out.